Hello, families and new Vipers. My name is Mrs. Turman, and I'm very excited tonight to talk to you about Summit Learning, our curriculum here at Franklin. Using Summit, our teachers provide dynamic instruction in math, science, ELA, and history, and they offer students critical thinking and the life skills they need to continue learning well beyond their years of formal education. Here at Franklin, it is our goal that your children gain a strong sense of ownership over their own learning progress, which also keeps them motivated and engaged. Summit Learning is a research-based approach to education designed to drive student engagement, meaningful learning, and strong student-teacher relationships that prepare students for their life after graduation. So what does this look like in school? There's three main pieces that we're going to talk about today. First, project-based learning with a teacher. So this is during your students' core instructional time. Students work on projects that are specifically designed to develop cognitive skills or lifelong critical thinking skills like oral presentation, synthesizing multiple sources, and evaluating arguments. These projects will take place in ELA, science, and social studies. And in math, it's the same idea, except it's called a concept unit. We will speak more about this next with a teacher in your classroom. Next, we have self-directed time. This time is when students are using the Summit Learning platform to independently move through power focus areas. These are a series of resources that students use to understand critical content. Students will set a goal, access their learning materials online, reflect on their study strategies, and then take assessments. This time, self-directed time, will be during your student study skills class. The third thing that we'll talk about tonight is the habits of success. These habits are a critical component of Summit and are the social and emotional skills that enable students to be successful both inside and outside of the classroom. These habits of success will be developed throughout the year with a mentor, and we'll talk about that in just a moment as well. For mentoring, your student is assigned to a classroom, and in that classroom, that's considered their mentoring cohort, and the teacher in that classroom is their mentor. Your child will meet with their mentor bi-weekly for a one-on-one check-in, and your mentors will reach out to your students to schedule that one-on-one time. During that time, your student and the teacher will get to know each other, build a relationship, and hopefully start building a foundation that will help your child succeed here at Franklin. Your mentor is also a main point of contact for you if you or your child have any questions. Your child's mentor is listed on their individualized schedule, as well as the mentor's contact information, email address. Okay, in just a moment, we're going to log into Summit Learning together. But for this first time, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to log in. You're going to go to summitlearning.org. When you get to summitlearning.org, you will see a screen that looks like this. You're going to go to the upper right-hand corner of the screen and click the orange colored box. Sorry, this is loading very slowly. There we go. We're going to click this login button right here. I highly suggest that your student bookmarks this page. Once the next screen loads, your student is going to choose your document provider. You're going to click Google Drive. Once this next screen comes up, you should see your student's school email address listed here. This is my school email address, so I'm going to click the account. And when your student logs in, my screen looks a little bit different. And I'm going to pull up one of our students, our synchronous learners. And when your student logs in, their page will look like this. Off to the left-hand side right here, if you hover, a window will open up, and this blue tab along the left-hand side is where you navigate to all the different important parts of Summit. If your teacher leaves you an announcement, your student will see it right here on this page. The first tab is the Week tab. When you click on the Week tab, you will see your mentor has set up a time for you to meet with them. Right here, it will tell you if there's any questions that you need to answer prior to your meeting with your mentor. And here you will see your classes listed. This is the screen where you will add a goal for a class period during your study skills class. There are detailed information and directions in the student handbook about how to set a goal. You can set a goal by simply clicking Add Goal and choosing from the drop-down menu. A goal should be set for each study skills class daily to help guide your student to what they would like to accomplish within that hour-long class period. The next tab we have is the Year tab. This tab is very important because it shows you the blue line. The blue line is located right here, and it is a moving due date for your classes. For this student, you will see that they are enrolled in English 7. Their projects for the course are listed across this top bar, and an ELA teacher will explain just a little bit more about projects coming up in just a few moments. What we would like to focus on here today are the power focus areas. Each of these boxes represents a unit of study with a quiz at the end called the content assessment that your student will have to pass to go to the next unit. We're going to click on the first one called Reading Strategies. You'll notice when I hover over this box here that you can see a due date, you can see how many times your student has attempted this test, and some other information. If you click the box, it will show you a power focus area. Go ahead and go through this power focus area in order from top to bottom. The diagnostic is always something you want to take first. It's a quiz, a short quiz that's linked to all of these objectives that you see below. When you're done with the diagnostic, it will tell you which of the objectives you need to study next. There'll be an additional video coming out about what to do inside of each of these different sections. Watch for that coming in your email early next week. You can see all the resources listed here for the first objective, the second objective, and here is the content assessment. When your student is ready to take a content assessment, there's a few steps they have to go through. They have to show their teacher their notes, which they can do during a mentoring session or by sending an email. Once they've done that, they can click this button to request the content assessment. The next tab along the blue side here is your Progress tab. If you click here, this is where you will see information about grades. Please be aware that students will not see a grade in Summit until their first project for each class is completed. Your mentor can answer more questions about that. You also have a college tab. Feel free to go through and answer the questions, explore. You can set goals related to college. You also have a resources tab. Learning strategies is a great place to get information about how to take notes, how to take Cornell notes, or how to take notes on a video resource. Thank you so much for listening for this quick introduction to Summit. More information will be coming out early next week about how to use your time wisely in study skills. Let's go ahead now and take the time to log into Summit. The teacher in your classroom will help you do this now. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to working with you and your student in the future.